Well, good morning, and it's Christmas Eve day, and Merry Christmas to everybody. And what I'm doing today, I'm just up here. This is going to be the future site of the shop, and I just thought I'd bring you up here and show you what I'm doing today. I'm just taking some measurements. We're in fairly close proximity to the road up here. There's our house and our temporary shop setup, which I'll show you in a little bit. But I guess why we chose this area, up here, we get great cell phone reception up here and not so much at the bottom of the hill. So that's one factor without having to get a cell phone repeater or anything hooked up. And we're in pretty close proximity to that pole and this pole here. In Kentucky, we're fortunate they will bring in the power at no cost to us. So what we're looking at up here, there's another reason that we're choosing this area too. It's actually going to be a shop on the front side that'll be facing the road, and then we'll have a greenhouse in the back. Approximately 18 by 36 foot building. You're going to see the 18 foot will go through here, and then 36 going towards the back, and you'll see a big gable right here that'll face the road. So the other part that we think is unique about this is there happens to be an old cistern here, and it's in good shape. It's holding water. I need to get rid of these trees so they don't the roots don't blow out the sides of this thing. We actually didn't get rid of these last year because this is where we were camping before we bought the house next door. So there's our canvas that we kept down so that we weren't setting the tent up on weeds and such. And here's where our fireplace used to be. But we thought it'd be great to make use of this cistern as well. We'll hook up the gutters to it, and we'll have the rainwater runoff in there, and we can use that for irrigation for the greenhouse. So that's kind of a win-win. It's just a great setup, and then we don't have to set up with city water up here that's got chlorine and all that garbage in it. Also, our land pretty much goes, you may be able to see, let me see if I can zoom in. See that cut off pole right there? That is where our corner property marker is. And we've got some apple trees up here. We've got 3 now. Can't really tell them apart from the others. But we're going to put a couple more up here in the spring. And let me zoom out so you're not getting the shakiness. We're going to put a few more here in the spring. And that be that. So I'll walk you back down to the temporary setup, and we'll show you what's going on there. Alright, we're back to the temporary setup. Here's a spot I cleared out in the fall with the walk-behind trimmer. It all used to be brush like this. And this is pretty much where our garden spot's going to be this year. You can see those stones right there. We've got our row of garlic planted. So we've got that to look forward to next year. I got a bunch of crap pulled out of the shed right now so that I can do a little work in there today. But this is it. This is our 12 by 12 shed. It's not much, but for what we're doing this year, which is restoring a lot of old windows, these are just for parts so they can sit out here. It's not a big deal. But we're doing mostly window restoration this winter, and we're fine with the space. You can see I took a little spray foam all the way around the edges. I've got a solar powered light up there. The wire runs to the back, catches solar energy all day, and we use that at night. It's really helpful. This is a platform that I'm starting to put together. It's I've just got the 4 corners all framed out right now. I need to pick up some more lumber so I can finish that off, but that's going to help just have a place to put our garbage cans and stuff like that. But here's what I've got going on, what we've got going on inside. Little lock here. All right. So, back up a little bit. So the biggest thing is to get the drafts out of here, so I built a little bit of a wall and put a little makeshift door on it. Nothing fancy, doesn't need to be fancy. It just needs to do its job. So, get in here and a little hole with a rag there. And, well, it's a little dark. I forgot to plug in the power to here, but basically I've gone around with this insulation on the walls. There's our heater that we're using at the moment, and this is my job for the day. I got to get this insulation up in the ceiling here, and we do have lights in here. They usually work, but I forgot to turn the power on before I left the house. It's small, but it's working. There's a window project that we're on to next. I got to get a little insulation in here. I've got one of those buddy heaters right down there, and a lot of this stuff that you see here, the Festool sanders, things of that nature, which is great, especially in a little spot like this, because these are all HEPA-vac systems that are really, really nice, and it keeps the dust right out of here. But all that stuff's going to go underneath this bench. Here's our window easel. This part right down here on the bottom, that's movable, so it can go anywhere on this rack to make it comfortable for working on different size windows. It was my neighbor's dog. But that's what I'm up to today. We're going to get this all insulated up here. And then I've still got a little more insulating to do around this part of the wall. And then hopefully that little buddy heater will keep this place nice and warm instead of using this thing. If you've ever used one of these, they work great, but you know, they can kind of belch out some raunchy gases every now and then. So hopefully we can make that a little more comfortable. And then under here, hopefully that's all we need to run overnight to keep this place warm. So that's it. That's what I'm up to today, and the future plans for the future shop. And it'll be nice. In the planning stages right now, so when we get ready to build, everything should go smoothly. And that's about it. So Merry Christmas, everyone, and I hope you have a great weekend. My neighbor's dog's coming to say hi. Talk to you all later.